What's up, guys? And today we didn't go to the swings in the end. We were going to go to the swings. There were a couple of older ladies. I wonder what this is about. You won't be able to see on the camera. It's all loose here, loose soil. Looks like something, There's an L. Now it's quiet. Let's see if we can hear him. Got a cyclist coming. Yeah, like I was saying, we didn't go to the swings in the end today because these couple of elder ladies had their reasons, obviously. They notified me, or the friend who knows me notified me last night and said, you know what, here's another one of them. I don't think there's any doubt that the Hillbillies mountain bike club has created them. The off-runs for water. That's the third one I see now there. Not bad. The idea is there. Let's see if it works when the next rain comes. So anyway, yeah, like I said, we didn't go to the swings. Sorry for letting you guys down, if you were hoping to see it. But what the swings really is, it's a nice foresty area, but so is this, isn't it? There's another one of them. Hey, they even built a bridge. You gotta take your hat off to these hillbilly guys. They even built us a new bridge again here. Look how open it is there. One day I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna walk along this piece of stream here and see how it leads me. This open, because it's all opened up thanks to the flood now. Hats off to you guys. Check this. Brand new bridge. This wasn't here just a few days ago. Nice. I should actually applaud them. So anyway, what the swings is, nice forest area, couple of ropes hanging there. Fairly popular place. And chance that other people would be there. Youngsters like to go there. And even I have hung onto the ropes, swinging around there just to enjoy it. Quite a way up to go to get to it. But as things have turned out, okay, this water has now stopped running. We've had a couple of hot days now. And no real heavy rain expected. Just a thunderstorm or two. But it's not expected to bring us any floodwaters. So, may as well go. I do have a bit of a mission. I'd like to go and see some of the damage again that this flood did to a piece of off-road that's further up. Where we cross the railway line and go up with a, I would hardly call it a road. I think I hear more cyclists. Nah, it's people from, this piece of forest just edges along the top of my suburb. And with a bit of imagination, you could be in the forest miles away from you. People walking in it. And this is where it starts opening up again. Let me try and hold this camera still here. All the blue gum trees still at the top there. Not very noticeable. Not very noticeable on the camera, at least. I would be amazed if this water is still running. Can you believe it? I mean, I know a foreigner like from Canada or somebody would say, well, that's not water. I'm just speaking for myself in knowing my area here. And that is one of the places where I'm trying to lay emphasis on the floods that we had, because that piece of water dries up less than 2 days after it's rained, and it's now almost a month probably since the flood. So I see the significance in that little piece of water running there. It's humid. I can feel the humidity. But if it's humid, there's a chance of some thunder showers at least. We hope so. I love lightning and thunder. That's one thing I miss from the interior of the country, where I used to live about 25 years ago. That is more pro-thunder area, whereas my area here is more for winter rainfalls. But Georgia also gets some rain in summer as well. It's one of the wettest towns in the country. I'll meet you Nana in about a kilometer from here. This whole stretch of grass here, there's a massive pipeline that goes beneath here and goes all along to the left hand side of this road, all the way around the suburb. Actually, if one goes down this piece of road here, you end up at another suburb. So let's go and check the damage. This is what we're going for. Take this road further up here. Boy, oh boy. Hi guys. Hello. And here we've got this pipe again here. Asbestos. Why? Where would this pipe lead to? So you discover things you didn't know about. Where on earth that would lead to or comes from, I would have no idea when I look at the direction of it. Okay, so the water here has stopped running. A lot of little water pools still. Looks quite arty actually, doesn't it? Artistic. Is that the word? Artistic, arty? Help me out. Beautiful little stripes, surrounded by smooth round edges. And now we're getting to the pine forest again. Let's go up to that hole, that big hole that I discovered. Boy, oh boy. I do like the footsteps of people. You can see other people have walked here as well. Must find it equally as interesting. Make for a nice photo maybe, but I haven't brought my fancy camera. Let's take one with a GoPro here. Here we enter this forest. By the way, I've hurt my knee. No, not my knee. my hip, exactly where or how or even exactly when, I have no idea. But my left hip is incredibly sensitive to the wrong positions. So tennis is out of the question by the looks of it. And hey, is that a dove or is that a luri? Let me just have a look here. That could be, let me see. Is that, no, it's not a luri. Luri has a, what is a kuif in English, on top of its head. Now it's no luris are some of the most beautiful dogs. Ach, I'm half asleep still. Birds, not dogs. Maybe I'm into dog mode with my new dog I've got, my Shih Tzu. You know what? You know what? I may just include him later in a separate walk and throw it together in this one. Why not? Here is this massive hole. Frogs that appreciate the water here. Check this out. Got to stand a bit further actually. Big damage. Let me just see if I've been walking over a piece that's hollow at the bottom, vacant at the bottom. No, I was on solid ground. Very interesting. A lot of damage in just 18 hours. It's the fact. Look, it's not like it was 300 millimeters of rain, but the amount of rain that came in such a short time is what did the damage. One thing's for sure, it's enough to do more damage than I've seen in my 25 years, yeah. There may have been damage before my time that may have been fixed up, but this is more damage. You can clearly see the topsoil layer and then the clay further down. Clay and rocks. Clay that they make, that they build dams with. Sometimes this here is more rock. There's a channel on YouTube I often watch. It's called Let's Dig 18. Chris makes dams and renovates places. He's got a lot of front end loader kind of equipment and demolishes buildings that mustn't be there anymore. But my favorite work I ever see him do is when he's either creating ponds, dams, or doing some maintenance work on them. This water runs here, then vanishes. So all the water keeps running down the road up to this point, down there, and then disappears. From there on, no running water anymore. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how I hurt my knee, my hip, my knee, hip, my hip, nip. Sorry for sniffing a bit. So, I don't know what the chances are that I could hurt it further if I tried to go and do something like Van Dalen speak. I have no idea. I could maybe at least just start and see. I would have loved to study geology. I'm sure one could get an interesting job at mining probably, but not necessarily just to be able to get a job at mining, just to be able to know exactly what it is I'm looking at when I'm going past limestone, exactly how it formed, or certainly how it's likely to have been formed. So clearly you can see the top layer of topsoil and then clay, which is what Chris looks for when building ponds. Get the topsoil off and put it one side, put all the topsoil in a heap one side so it can be placed over at a later stage for grass and grass planted over it. Then take the clay, start building the dam. This is in a small nutshell. All this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, used to be open, clean. You could comfortably walk amongst these pine trees here before that fire came. That was in what? It's now 3 years ago. Almost to the date, 3 years and a month ago, I'd say. Better than nothing, eh? Water runs up to that point and no further. Surprised I don't see more people. But you know what? These two that came past earlier are a classic example of one obviously is a visitor, probably from Johannesburg or wherever, and the other one lives locally, because the way they were talking when they passed me, the one is clearly telling him more about the road that they're busy walking on and what it's going to be like further up. Yeah, and here we have this concrete pipe again, which is equally as fascinating. This could possibly lead to Witfontein via Sampieshoogte Road. Sampieshoogte is this road, which is actually years and years and years ago Department of Forestry's road that they used. Some plantations close towards Witfontein. I should actually take that road and see at a stage, because there was some machinery just 2 or 3 months ago busy cutting down, less than 2 months ago in fact I'd say, busy cutting down trees there. It was actually a Sunday when we went and did Gorge Peak, and we passed some equipment there. They weren't active, nobody was there. And I love seeing the power of such equipment when they legally, of course, busy cutting down pine trees that have been planted for that purpose. Not illegal deforestation that you would get in the Amazon. Won't be too long and we're going to get to the railway line at the bottom again. My little Shih Tzu is waiting for his... I'm going to be all nice and by myself this Christmas. Not a soul at me. Nobody. Sister's going away tomorrow for a couple of days. So, depending on how I feel on the 25th of December, I might just go for another walk somewhere, anywhere. Maybe the old dam, the other old dam. Let's just call it the old dam. The other old dam is there, in that direction. The main old dam is there. Not that that's going to make much sense on this piece of video, but anyway. The one is... Okay, anybody that lives in Gorge will know. The one is further up, basically straight up from Glenbarry area. That's where the one old dam is. And all its water runs down to the botanical gardens if it runs over. The main old dam, which is larger than that one, is deep, deep, deep within the catchment area. And all its water that runs over runs into the Garden Route Dam. Many people talk about the Gorge Dam. The so-called Gorge Dam is actually the Garden Route Dam. And that old cement dam is the old Gorge Dam. Here we've got that original piece of pipe. So floods bring discoveries. I would not mind a bit of thunder and lightning for this heat and humidity I'm experiencing here. People coming, railway coming. After railway, we turn left. Shouldn't be long and we'll be at that bridge they built. Yep. I'm definitely going to go for a little putter down here and see if it leads me to some house, in which case I just make a U-turn. And if it goes down to the botanical gardens, perhaps. I love these flowers. This is a weed actually. Quite often, year after year, I take photos of it. Certainly one of the most beautiful weeds. Okay, another little video perhaps of my dog going for a walk just now. And if you are not going to watch any further, I'm still going to ask you, please subscribe if you've stumbled upon this and noticed what the forests are like in and around Gorge, along the south coast of South Africa. Click on subscribe. You never know, there might be something interesting, even more interesting, more spectacular. Look at the rest of the videos there. There are some on Gorge Peak, Craddock Peak, down to the sea. There are ones on high places, in other words, in the mountain. And then, not necessarily high, but camping at rivers, etc., etc. So who knows what similar ones may come. Click on subscribe. A like would be nice. What would be just as nice, nicest maybe, is a comment. Please leave a comment, guys. What do you think? More of this, less of that, vice versa? Should I talk a lot less? Should I tell you more about things I know, or what? Anyway, I'm still tempted to add the dog just now, but if you're not going to watch any further, then I beg you, beg you, watch my little Shih Tzu. He'll be on now. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers. Oh, can I put your lead on you? I may just have to. Ladies and gentlemen, check Milo out again. Got a name tag today. Can't tell you what, I've only got one hand here. Could you take it easy? Could you maybe take it easy, my friend? Should I zoom in a bit here? making his marks, marking his territory. So yeah, this is my Christmas company. It's taken over completely. I'll let him onto the bed. I'll let him under the blankets, onto the sheet of my bed. I'll let him everywhere. I'll let him onto the table, which is on the stoop. There's nothing at the road. We're not going that way, my friend. He knows that we sometimes go that way, and we're not going that way. Bred in Tibet. I've never really spoken so much about what I know about a dog, because this is the first one in 40 years that I've had a purebred of some kind. We've always gone for pavement specials, SPCA dogs, outskirts dogs in need locally. That kind of dog that would never get picked up by anybody else. Come. And we're going to go halfway down the street and turn back. 10 times better than nothing. And we head towards the mountain. Come. We've got this car coming. Come. Oh my boy, he is challenging. He's shaking this camera a lot, my friend. Come. I'm afraid to say one would have to pull him a little bit sometimes so he can get to know that he must walk, but it's not stopping from being tied. Go. Go. He doesn't stop from being tired. He stops from being inquisitive. Stay off the road, please. Come. Anyway, we're close to home. Come now, please, man. We're not far. Checking the world out here. Everything there is to see here. And now we're 1.5 blocks from home. Thanks for watching, guys. Come now. Thank you. Like I said, guys, oh, sorry about that. That was the gate. Thanks for watching. I should have said it a little bit more proper just now. Thanks for watching, and subscribe, all that stuff. Cheers.